Road to Glory is so back. I'm about to play through high school, commit to my first college, and hopefully play some games there. But first, thank you to EA for allowing me to capture this early access footage. I can't stress enough how excited I am to see what they've been able to do with this entire game mode. We're just going to start on the starting screen, import high school team builder. You can do that, but you can't import the teams that you're facing, which is disappointing. Like always, I want to give myself a challenge, throw a lot of picks, so I'll be playing on Heisman. And I think for this Road to Glory, what I'm going to do to start is be a 4-star, because we could go up or down depending on how I play. Now, there aren't any other positions that we can use this year, but there is one specific one that I always go with. And there are new quarterback archetypes to choose between. I was looking through these for quite a while, and what I noticed was we could get Platinum Shifty on Pure Runner, so I'm going with that one. We also need to get through player creation first. I really just want to get to playing high school football. And for these Road to Glory playthroughs, I normally just play with myself, but for this video, I'm not going to play with myself. Instead, we got Tyreek Milton II. He's repping number 7. I put him in Odessa, Texas. I wanted to put him on the Dillon Panthers, but it wouldn't let me. There's only certain schools that you can choose between, and the Orcas had the best jerseys. Since I can't use Team Builder as I'm filming this, we're just gonna have to deal with it for now. We're obviously just gonna go with the normal jersey. And something that I like about this year is there are so many different styles that we're able to choose between for throwing, for running, what our stances are, so I'm gonna look around and find some of the quickest releases. After messing around with some of this stuff for a bit, we're gonna stay cool whenever we're sitting there with our quarterback stance. We're gonna be agile whenever running the ball, and I figured that if we can hold the ball like this and not fumble it, it'd be fun, but that could be a risky decision. I really didn't want to spend too much time on customization because I want to get into playing high school. In this video, I also want to play my freshman year of college. And one thing I've already noticed as I was looking through the stats, we have a lot of skill caps on our quickness, so I might have made a mistake by making a pure runner. I'm sticking with it though. I want to get that shifty ability eventually in this series. As you can see, we're the 30th best player in the country, but this could change throughout our high school career. Now we have Alice Zimmer hitting us up. What's important to you while looking to be recruited by colleges? Honestly, I just want to play early. That's the most important thing. I also think we should value having a lot to do on campus. We don't want to go to the middle of nowhere. What are we looking for? Academic prestige? No, we want that cash, baby. Frank Sprinkle, our coach, says welcome here at Dillon. I can't wait to get started. I can't say whatever man to coach. Not that early on. Here we go though. This is what I was waiting for. It is time to build out our recruiting board. At the start, you get to choose the 10 schools that you're interested in the most. I think it's only right that we start out the top of our list with some of the best schools in the country. I'm not sure where I'm going to end up landing, but we're going to put Ohio State and Michigan there. And this next one is strictly based off of the fact that you get to run out in your home stadium in POV. We got to go with Death Valley for LSU. If we're going to be in the SEC, I got to put my favorite team on there, even though I've decided I'm not going to go there in this series. Vanderbilt could also be a good option. And let's get some love over to the ACC as well. Running out to Inner Sandman with Virginia Tech would be pretty sick. We could also throw somebody on here like SMU, going in behind Kevin Jennings. And I guess all this information over on the right side is something I should have probably been considering. I can see that I'd be second string for the Mustangs. I haven't even been looking at it for some of these schools. I probably should have taken that a little bit more into consideration. We're going to have some safe options on our board. I think both App State and Memphis could be neat places to play. Let's get a Conference USA team on here as well. You know what? Sam Houston. We'd rep the orange. There we go. That's it. This is my top 10 going into high school. I just want to get into a game before I dive into the deep stuff inside Road to Glory. But coach is making that difficult to do. He keeps on messaging me stuff. I don't care about how I'm building up my scholarship interest and stuff. I'll figure it out as time goes on. I mean, he has not stopped. There's something new every second. Frank, buddy, let me play for you. We can always check out the recruitment stuff another time. I just want to get into my first game. It is so nice to have high school back, but this is something that's probably going to shock a lot of you all to see this screen. This is a decision that some of the devs wanted to test out. They thought it could make playing through high school a more enjoyable experience, that it'd be quicker. I don't know how I feel about it. The thing is, you have to choose from these 5 scenarios. 4 of them you're going to actually play, and there's all these tape score boost that will give you a better chance at getting scholarships from these schools based off if you complete goals. We're basically only going to get to play 4 drives in these high school games. I don't think I can complete this middle one though. Just I don't trust the quarterback option plays to go as well. I would love to try and truck a defender to complete this one. And I know as my high school career goes on, some of those will probably make a lot more sense. Look at the guy next to me though. I hope it flashes back over there. We're getting to experience our walkout at the moment where we get to look around, see the fans over there. But the guy next to me was massive at one point. I'm gonna say what's up to the cheerleaders as well. This is such a sick view. I can't wait to do it in college. This is probably where I also need to call out that this is on a work in progress build, so everything that you see is subject to change. But now that we got that out of the way, our first drive, our first goals, we can't allow a menacing linebacker to force a fumble on us. That shouldn't be difficult, and we need to gain 10 plus yards on an option play. They don't want me to be a menu merchant. They want me to be an option merchant. I'm guessing the rival thing is a player like I'm rivals with in high school. So whatever I do, I cannot throw an interception to him. On our second play of the game, I'm just going to go with the pass, and it's dropped. We cannot get held to a 3-and-out on my first high school drive. We're going to have to sneak that ball in there. I'm still thinking about running the ball a lot, though, because we need to pick up 10 yards on the ground with an option play. That could happen right here. We got our pure runner going crazy, and I might need to change up how we got him running with the ball right now because it does look a little bit ridiculous. This has got to be a dot, though. We should have completed it. I have a feeling that when I am playing on the hardest difficulty, stuff like that's going to happen a lot more often, but our tight end can get open again. He goes all the way to the 5. And let's see if we can get Tyreek into the end zone here. We're going to keep it. We got to block perfectly, and we're going to stunt on them as we walk it in. This is exactly what I was hoping for. This is a great start. And as you can see, we've completed our first of 4 moments, which is going to help whenever it comes to getting more scholarships. Depending on the school, though, whether or not I'm successful on these drives gives me different rewards. Like Sam Houston doesn't even care. They should be begging me to go to their school. It is what it is, though. We're going to continue to feed our tight end because that dude's a beast. He is turning upfield. I got to run down there to get with him. I'm going to celebrate with him in the end zone once he gets there. Never mind. It didn't let me get there, but our next goal, complete passes on the run. It doesn't say how many. Okay, right here it says 1. That's something I know I can do. We're just going to roll out to the right side. We're going to throw it on the run, and it's terrible. Maybe I lied. I thought that was going to be the easiest thing to do in the world. We're going to try and do it again right here. We're just going to throw it short. Please do not drop this. And I wonder if coach is going to pull me off the field if we don't pick up this 3rd down. I mean, we're going to have the easy completion, but that worries me. We need to make sure that we don't lose while we're in high school. Come on, run, run. We're stuck. It is kind of weird to not have coach suggestions too, because that's something I always go with, but you have to call each play yourself. At least the playbook is not restricted. We'll see what play action can do here. I have a feeling we're going to get some pressure immediately, but we could have a deep pass down the field. Don't be my first interception. No, it's not going to be. I'm going to be honest with you all. The first time that I played Road to Glory, I threw 2 interceptions on the 4 drives, so I really wasn't sure what to expect going into this. That was a few weeks ago now, and even though this is the first thing I'm doing whenever I just got the game today, I feel like I'm playing a lot better. Once we get down to this part on the field, it's really easier to just keep it in my hands, but that didn't go the way that I wanted. It's now 3rd down. Our tight end's so open, and we get it. I'm gonna be honest, at this rate, I think we're gonna get up to being a 5-star recruit. But to play the final scenario for this game, we have the most difficult task of them all. We have to scramble and truck or fake out a defender. In my eyes, there's only one way that we should do this. We have to go for our rival. I want to be able to scramble against him, though he almost picked us off. That was not ideal right there. That was not a good example of what I wanted to make happen. We need to get the 1st down. And I'm gonna be honest with you all, I think I'm just gonna fail this drive. Unless we're able to make a play here, we can't. Well, we didn't get any extra tape rewards after that final drive, but we still put up a 900 game tape score. And our first official offer has come from Air Force, though I don't know how I feel about the timing on this. We've also gotten an official offer from Fresno State. They're out there in California. You can see that next to Tyreek's face. We got UAB wanting us to come in too. I was just in Birmingham for the Ryan Williams early gameplay shoot, though. I don't think that's where I want to commit. We're staying at number 30 in the country. And we got Sam Houston hitting us up. Am I excited for the year? Their coaching staff is looking forward to watching me play. I would hope so. I'm a 5-star that wants to come to your school. Whatever I just said to him, I didn't read it. It has increased our scholarship bonus to Sam Houston. And after advancing the week, the offers are continuing to come in. Eastern Michigan wants us. We got UConn wanting us. I mean, these schools that I wouldn't even consider. Liberty, I probably would. They're all offering scholarships. But I guess we actually didn't jump up to being a 5-star prospect. We're about to face a team that likes to stack the box. They're going to have 8 in the box the majority of the game. Oh, we are going to dominate. I'm ready to sling the rock. We got Lane, our classmate, hitting us up saying we got college entrance exams this week. I don't need to study. I'm a highly rated recruit. We're going to wing it. We're preparing for the game. That has increased one of our attributes. We now have +5 medium throw accuracy. School interest decreased. You struggle in exam, making it slightly harder to obtain a scholarship from Michigan. The same thing just happened to Vanderbilt. These academic schools don't want us now. You know who cares though? Not Tyreek Milton II, because Ryan Day is hitting us up. We think you're an excellent prospect, but want to spend this week evaluating you up close. I'll have some scouts at the game. Absolutely. You can come on in. This is big time stuff. We only have 5 games to earn scholarships from these schools. Obviously, like the Memphis, the App States, the Sam Houstons, they're going to want us pretty bad. We're going to have to fight, though, to get someone like Michigan to offer. And let's say that I decided I don't want to go to App State anymore. I remove them from the board. I think we can add other schools again. We can, and we can also put on schools like Air Force that have already offered us a scholarship. Let's see what Fresno State's willing to give us. I'm not sure if there's any backlash for committing to a school and then decommitting to commit somewhere else the next week, but I am very tempted to accept this and then just swap every single week. I know during the hat ceremony, one of the devs told me that you could like pick up a hat, throw it away, and then pick up another one, so I want to have as much chaos as possible in this video. At Fresno State, we'd be guaranteed to be quarterback 1, but they're 1-2 this season at the moment. In recruitment, I want to see what else we can get out of this. We're the best quarterback that they're going after by far. For the scholarship bonus though in the right corner, we want to get as many of those green bars filled up as possible because that'll make college a lot easier to transition into. I don't like Fresno State's original offer. We're ready to play against San Marcos in week number 2, and I don't even think it matters which of these drives I select. I guess this last one is a big deal. Never mind, it's not just 5 scenarios. This one had 6 because this is for Ohio State only. We could get a 6 times boost if we complete a 50-yard pass. One thing I've noticed though is because I made a pure runner quarterback, everything is about scrambling for so many yards, so that's what we're going to have to do. I really don't know how I'm about to complete a 50-yard pass. I think we're just going to have to trust in one of our receivers. And it's Friday Night Lights, baby. We got the student section out there, and we're ready to put on a show. For this initial drive, though, it's not going to be the 50-yard pass yet. They just want us to scramble for a touchdown, and we might as well see how much we're able to run for. Without wear and tear being in high school, I mean, it's going to be easy to just run all over some of these teams. I can't get used to the new playmaker thing yet. You know what we gotta go for? We gotta go for a juke. That was a little disappointing out of Tyreek. We're gonna have to upgrade our elusiveness in the future for sure. This little kid's coming in to sack me, and we just let a freshman put us on the ground. We can't let that slide. I'm gonna throw it over those linebackers, fit it in that gap, and get us down to the 5 or the 2. Here's where the quarterback run for a touchdown is going to have to come in, though. Blocking looks good, not for long enough. These guys aren't doing me any favors here. Can we get some better blocks this time around? I am the worst player in the world. I am genuinely the worst. I know you want to leave a comment about how awful that quarterback vision was. I just got locked in on trying to run for the touchdown. And I'm going to be honest, we just got bailed out with that catch. They're going to send in a blitz. I don't think I'm going to be able to run for it, but we can drop the ball. We're not going to get credit for a touchdown. I also just realized I didn't even pay attention to whether or not we won the last game. That is my biggest issue with how they have this set up. It really doesn't matter whether or not you win in Road to Glory. All you're looking for is to increase your tape and hopefully get better offers. I'm glad that I could make up for the sack. It's going to be really interesting to hear your all's feedback on that as well, because the devs, what they were intending for was a quicker experience. But I think because I saw in the settings that you're able to just skip over high school entirely if you really wanted to, then you could have the full games and give people that as well. One of our goals, though, is use max protect and then scramble for 10 yards. So we max protected here. Our left tackle did not do a great job. I thought I was doing a spin move. We caught that? We caught that? We have the greatest receiver ever. Is that Craig Ostrander out there? Who is it? I might not have completed the drive goal, but it doesn't matter. We're going for the 50-yard pass on this one. Just send it. Make the aggressive catch. I trust our receivers. Can he do it? No. I was about to say, if he held on to that ball, he does not need to be playing high school football for any longer. I think you can hear how excited I am for this game, though. That's not 50 yards. This is not good. If we want Ohio State to take us more seriously, we need a 50-yard completion. So go ahead, sack me, put me 50 yards back. And which one of these guys do we think is going to dust the corner that's on them? It's going to be cover 3, so we're just going to have to send it and hope for the best here. Please. I'm going to be honest, this 50-yard completion isn't looking very good, though. That route is just not far enough. Come on, don't even catch it. I think coach is about to take us off of the field on 4th down as well. And the next thing they want us to achieve is running the game clock below 40 seconds. We're not starting with a full drive, though. It's 3rd and 4, so we have to pick up this first completion. They just had nobody on that side of the field, I guess. One thing I have to point out, though, they listened. We can now do coach adjustments inside Road to Glory. That is huge. I really hope that carries over to college. If we get to college and it doesn't, I'm going to be very disappointed. I'm also playing this like there's about to be a 2-minute warning in high school. I don't think there is. I mean, there isn't in Kentucky. It wouldn't make much sense to me. Here we go, though. 3rd down. We need to be able to pick this up. It's going to be short. Coach doesn't care, though. He's letting me keep the team out there. Let's hand this one off. I'm going to trust my teammate. I'm never trusting him again. Because of him, we're getting less game tape score. From this entire game, we only got 20. I mean, it's going to be enough for us to get some more scholarship offers, but not from the schools that I want. Arkansas State, Ball State, Buffalo. Those just aren't going to be good enough. We dropped down to almost a 3-star? That is not good news at all, but interestingly, Rice has offered us a scholarship. They care about academics more than like any school. Michigan and Vanderbilt don't care for us now, but they do. Georgia State, Delaware, we have a new FBS team that wants us to represent them. We have fallen even farther though after just advancing the week. We're almost ranked 700th in the country. We're definitely a 3-star. Ryan Day isn't too impressed either. You haven't quite accomplished what we were looking for, but keep playing your best and we'll see how everything pans out. You know, I'm disappointed, coach. You're not going to want me. That decreased my scholarship bonus as well. I guess he didn't like that I was upset about it. And I have even worse news. Coach Frank Sprinkle has told me that I should expect them to spy and contain me pretty much the entire game, so I can't scramble. We got Alex asking if I'm going to homecoming, though, and you know what? I think it's time that we let loose. We have some fun. Who am I going to ask? You know who we should ask? We're not going to just slide into the DMs of the most popular senior. We got to ask a head cheerleader. She sees me running out on the field before the games. If I get declined, that would be so devastating. That would ruin everything. Sure enough, though, since we're a 3-star prospect now, guess who's not interested? They respond they can't go because of a relative's birthday, but then they show up with the team's 4-star safety. My teammate betrayed me? Yes, this is pain. This is ridiculous. Even Fresno State can't guarantee us to be the starter anymore. They want us to be quarterback 3. If we go over to their recruiting class, there's a better quarterback on their board now. So we should have just locked in that scholarship. This is devastating. I do have to point out, though, I do really like how the whole college scene is simulating as you're going through your high school career. So you come into college with all of this stuff being active, them recruiting, them playing. And as far as I'm concerned, this has never happened in a Road to Glory before. Like Fresno State, the last time we checked, was 1-2. Now they're sitting at 3-2. It is very clear to me, though, that we're going to have to start achieving these drive goals, especially the stuff that's worth 200. I think we can pull off a juke move. I think we can pull off something like this. Scoring a touchdown on a run play we can do. Maybe on an RPO that's a little more difficult. We're going to take off the juke. This is what we're settling with. It looks like we're still going to be in our home stadium. I should also point out that I'm starting to feel a little bit tingly. I decided I was going to drink some pre-workout. And no, it's not to hit the gym. I'm not skipping just legs. I am skipping everything. We got a little bit of a different angle here looking up in the student section. But yeah, I drank the pre-workout. I want to get pumped up. I'm not just skipping the gym for like the next month either. My girl want to see me. My parents want to see me. I have to go out to some sponsorship event. I don't care. I'm staying in this room. We got college football 26. It's just that time of year. For this game, we have to pass lead successfully to a receiver for a touchdown on the first drive. And I'm going to be honest, that doesn't sound too difficult. We're going to come out running 4 verticals, seeing if that can make a difference, because it felt like we had them beat off of the line there. That was a crazy catch. They also want us to get 10+ yards on a designated quarterback run on this drive, but I don't think we're going for that. We want to get the touchdowns. That's still going to get us plenty of game tape score bonuses. For our next one, stem or smart route or receiver and complete a pass for 10+ yards. Again, that doesn't sound too bad. For this play, I brought down that receiver in that gap. I've thrown it to him. We catch it. And this is a completely different energy now that I got that little tingle in my system. We're coming out and we're throwing it everywhere on this team. Though please don't be an interception. Don't be. I cannot have another bad high school game. I did not appreciate dropping down in the ranks because that's going to make it super hard to go where I want to. Maybe we need to get out of 4 verticals though. They seem to have adjusted to what we're running. I'm going to throw the comeback route as long as we bring that in. And we're really just looking to finish off this drive at the moment. We'll see if we're able to roll out and do anything on this play. We're going to throw this one short and catch it. I also need to figure out how to set my offensive line to where I can actually roll out to the other side of the field if I wanted to. Our drag is going to take us to the 5. And I feel like staying in 5 wide is really working us wonders at the moment. Good block pickups. We're just going to take it in. This is exactly what we needed if we want to be able to make it to a 5-star recruit. Get back up to being a 4-star. Our next drive, though, pass for 20 yards on RPOs. That's not happening. I can barely run RPOs successfully in the first place, so we need to get down the field first. And then if we do that, we can go for a touchdown just to complete the main goal, but that's about it. Come on, we're going to run under this. If he takes this all the way in, though, we failed our drive. Oh my gosh. I'm actually mad that we just scored there. We didn't complete our goal, so we only get like 50 game score bonuses. For this last one, we have to score on a quarterback run play. And it's all tied up 24-24. So this is it. We're on a 3rd down here. We just got to make sure we move the chains first, and then we can go for other stuff. There's really not much time left on the clock, so we need to make sure we keep that in mind as well. We have an open receiver near the sideline, but we missed. I am telling you right now, we are not looking good to some of these colleges. And this is not good. It's 3rd and 10. We're going to see if we can pick this up through the air. We got to go for the touchdown. Come to the ball. Come to the ball. We got it. We can celebrate. We can be happy, but it wasn't running for a touchdown. I just wanted to win. And what that has done is it increased our game tape score, but we might still drop down on some boards. It looks like we're getting a scholarship offer from Hawaii. We're getting one from Memphis, from Vanderbilt, who was worried about our academics, from Virginia Tech as well. Are these going to end anytime soon? I mean, everybody seems to want Tyreek, even Kennesaw State, even Missouri State. With that in mind, though, we are now ranked 1,100th nationally, so we fell in the rankings. I'm very surprised that these schools are not impressed with what we did out there. I mean, we're clearly getting the offers that we want. I just see us continuing to drop. And let's see, ready for this week's game? We have half a season of film on our upcoming opponent. They don't use a ton of man coverage or blitzes, just basic coverages. That's fine. We're going to be confident against it. We also have Virginia Tech saying they've been watching my tape and they think we could be a gym in their class. Whatever challenge you got, I'm ready. It says highlight moment accepted. This is now available for your next game. I think that's what happened with Ryan Day last week. I'm not going to lie though, as I scroll through some of this stuff, we're projected to be walk-ons at some of my favorite schools. 2nd string at Vanderbilt, bench for Virginia Tech. This is not good. We can't lock in a scholarship with a good deal at any of these places. We also have to throw a lob pass for a touchdown if we want a big boost to just Virginia Tech. We're going to select that one. Score a touchdown seems pretty easy for this one. And then I like pass for 25 plus total yards on the run. I'm not going to run for 40 plus yards. Some of these are just really hard to achieve. We'll see if we are able to pull it off though, because right now it seems like when we get into college, we're going to be like a 3rd stringer. I'm not even sure if these cheerleaders are like excited to see me running out on the field. We have to make sure that we go off this entire game. Pass for 25 plus yards on the run though seems pretty self-explanatory. So this is on the run. That'll just be a few. And we can do something like that over and over. So technically I ran here. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring it in. That wasn't really a throw on the run anyway. I'm looking at 53 over on that left side. I was super worried about where he was going to be, but this should be completed. And if it counts as a throw on the run, we're going to be in a great spot. Guess what, though? It didn't. We're also setting our protection to where we should be able to roll out to this right side. So I have to literally be sitting there on the run whenever I put this ball into their hands. Perfect. That's got to count. Just like that, we're down to the 2-yard line. We're going to make sure that we get this one out pretty quick or that we just don't throw a pick. And that's going to add to our game tape score. Next up, playmaker flip a run play and score a touchdown. This one, I guess, could be our running back. It doesn't even have to be me completing it. I think our tight end's going to be able to catch this one. I mean, I dropped that in the bucket. I'm not sure what playmaker a run play is, though. Like, I flipped the play here. We're going to see if we run for 5+ yards, what this counts for. Our running back stinks. This might just be one of those goals that I'm not going to be able to complete. This needs to be a very hard pass to complete here. And I flipped the read option before we run it. I'm going to pull it myself because I trust myself to get it going on the ground. It counts. Another successful drive. Our recruitment score is going up. Now we have to throw a lob pass for a touchdown. Do you know how easy this will be if we just had a fast receiver on the outside? I feel like we could really pull something like this off. But we're going to stay in 4 verticals. That really should have been big for us. It was just a missed pass, so it wasn't. Though I see it over on that right side. There's no safety help. We got a receiver breaking free, and it's a lob pass if he is just able to finish it off. That is huge because now Virginia Tech is going to love us. None of the other schools are going to get that bonus, but I said I wanted to go there, and I think that's going to help. For this last drive, it's score a touchdown. That's the only thing we have to achieve. It's not difficult, but only LSU is going to care a lot. I really do feel that tingle with the pre-workout paying off, though. Maybe we had some struggles in this video. Maybe high school hasn't gone exactly the way that I wanted it to, but I trust our ability to pick up this first down on 4th and 2, and even our tight end's ability to run all the way in. That is how we're going to win in the final seconds, I think at least. I mean, we're not going to see the final few minutes. That is the part of Road to Glory that I don't like, but I'm hoping next year maybe we get to play the full game. If not, the moments aren't the worst thing in the world. It's just if you don't achieve that goal, then your game tape doesn't go up. Purdue wants us. Of course they do. They're not that great in the Big Ten. SMU, this was one of the schools we put on our board. Now they want us too. We got Old Dominion sending in an offer. That's going to be it for this week, though. We actually went back up in the ranks. And once you advance the week, you get a ton of other offers. So that's what we're going to get right here, though a lot of these schools aren't on our board. We've gotten back up to 700th in the nation, though. And Brent Pry was very impressed. They're upping my scholarship offer package, so we got to check that out. Ryan Day's also back hitting us up. Hope you're doing well. I'll keep this quick. I know you've been vocal about wanting to go here, but we've talked it over. And unless we see something crazy in the next few weeks, we don't think we're going to bring you on, but you can always join us as a walk-on. There's no reason I'd want to go there as a walk-on. Apparently, it's senior night as well. This week is your last chance to rearrange your top schools list. No matter what, you need to cut down your list to the top 3 before the end of the week. Do that now. I didn't realize how fast we just gotten through high school. We only have 1 game left. This is it for us. There's schools that are pretty close to offering us a scholarship, but I think Michigan's no shot. LSU, probably not going to happen. I don't like the role they'd offer us anyway. Same with Ohio State and Kentucky. And even like Vanderbilt wants us to be second stringer, though Diego Pavia is going to graduate, so we'd be the starter there. Kyron Drones is going to leave, but they'd put us at quarterback 3 at Virginia Tech. All of these schools really just have us as quarterback 3. I don't like that at all. When I start to look through some of these scholarship bonuses as well, I'm seeing that Virginia Tech has the best ones for us. I don't want to commit anywhere yet because I still want to flip my commitment at some point, but I think we need to start there. I really don't want to lock in quarterback 3 there. You know what? SMU has a clear path with Kevin Jennings entering the NFL draft early for us to be the starter, so we're actually going to commit there first. Then if we have to select our top 3, we're going to put Virginia Tech above Vanderbilt. We're going to leave Vanderbilt on there just because I think we'd be the starter there. And then for all these other schools, they're getting taken off of this list. It is so weird to already be down to just 3. We have to be able to get back up to being a 4-star prospect as well. We'll see what we do against Woodville. I mean, I really don't like scoring a touchdown on quarterback run plays. That feels difficult to do. Scrambling for 25 yards, probably not going to pull that off. But you know what? Those are the things we're going to go for. This is it. From what I've been able to notice, we're only playing the home games here. There's the roses for senior night. Okay, so they're going to have a senior night presentation as well. They cooked with that. I might need to ask, though, where is Tyreek Milton II's mother? She's over on the sidelines being lovely, but she should be out here on the field with us. Come on. Dad was over there too, but I guess we just didn't get the parents down there. All I'm worried about with this game is not throwing an interception. That's all I'm really worried about. Because we accepted a scholarship to SMU, no matter what, we are guaranteed to at least be able to go to 1 school. And that's solid, but depending on what Virginia Tech and Vanderbilt are able to offer us, I might still flip during commitment. It's going to be very interesting to see what our first year of college is like as well, especially if we don't go in and instantly start. We probably should. I mean, it just wouldn't make sense as a 3-star especially. But I had higher goals that we just didn't achieve. I was really dumb thinking that we were going to be able to go to Ohio State. Here, we're not getting anything with the quarterback run. And that's not good news because that's how they want us to finish off this drive with a running touchdown. At least we're shedding 2 tackles to make it 3rd and manageable. Here we go. 3rd and 6. We're going to have our tight end open. We put it in the right spot. Tackled short. That was the clutchest thing ever. I don't like the idea of a QB sneak, especially from the 2-yard line, but it's worked. It's made this manageable. Quarterback designed run, we're in. That gets us 250 points. I'm starting to get a hang of it now. We have to score a touchdown on this drive. And I'm gonna be honest, I think Shaw's gone for a touchdown, especially if that safety over there on that side's gonna be slow. Come on, be a good pass. It's gonna be underthrown, but he still gets it. And we're not going to be able to catch up to him. I really want to celebrate in the end zone on stuff like that. We are going to have to gain 10+ yards on the QB scramble, and that's it for this drive. So it really doesn't matter even if we pick up first downs, I guess. It's all about scrambling for a big gain. We're going to see what is available for us to take. Right here, if we have that blocker, we should be able to get 10, but they didn't give it to us, so now we're just going to have to make sure we move the chains, which we do, and we can go for it again. All right, I'm locked in this time around. We're going to make sure that our blocks are all shifted over to that left side. If it doesn't hold up, then we're going to be patient. And look at this. There's the scramble. I'm telling you, man, this is actually going really well for us. There's no way that that zone can play this ball, or he can't. I really just don't want to have to grind super hard once we get to college to get onto the field. I see a size mismatch. That's why we're going for the tutty. And we did catch it, even though it was really hard to tell, which means we're getting the best game performance we've had yet. All we have to do on our final drive, hometown hero, find moments in front of your hometown crowd, deliver the unforgettable touchdown that secures victory and solidifies your legacy, is score a touchdown. Again, I still don't know how to feel about high school because I really haven't been paying attention to the score much because it just doesn't feel like it matters. All that matters is your game tape score. We're not even in the playoffs. This is just senior night, so we'll see. We'll see what the feedback is, especially from all you all, on what you think about high school this year. I mean, it's definitely a quicker experience, but I did think there'd be a little bit more going on. I don't see anything I like on this play, which means Tyreek is going to run in for his final touchdown. Assuming we hit this extra point, we're going to beat them. We're going to win on senior night, and we've been able to get more official offers. Central Michigan's going to want us. Stanford. I guess we could put some of these other schools on our board if we're interested in them. See, what we've done at the moment is SMU's locking us in as quarterback 3 if we go there. I don't want to be on the bench. There's no options for us to just start, and my board was locked in with those 3 schools. I wasn't able to change it up, so we're just advancing to what I'm assuming is going to be signing day. As we go into it, we're not going to be a 4-star. We're finishing 431st in the country. And it looks like Penn State's coming off a national championship win, but it is time to get into the hat selection. Here we go. We got our 3 hats on the table right there. Which one of them are we going to choose? I want to figure out how I can pick one up, throw it out. Do you know what school I'm going to commit to? I'm going to be honest. I'm not even sure what school I'm going to commit to. Okay, so it says stand up. How do I stand up? It's that button, right? Stand up, buddy. It's time. There's literally a skill issue here. It took me a second to figure it out, but I guess I'm about to give a little speech. Never mind. They got us picking already. So if we remove a hat, I don't know what that's going to do. We can do a fake pick. So the first thing I have to do is we're going to have to move our hand. We're going to fake pick. Let's go. Let's go. And then what's happening? Nope, not happening. Another thing I think we can do is we can go over and can we put a hat on? What's remove a hat do? Does that just throw it off to the side? Are we going to put it on? Oh, we're going to fake them. Get that out of here. All right. Now, I've already faked to Vanderbilt, but what if we were to make them think that we were going to go to Vanderbilt again? They think this is it. This is it? Dude, I love this. I love this. All right. Virginia Tech, that's where I wanted to go in the first place. That's what we're going to settle with. We're starting there. We're running out the inner Sandman. I like it. I'm really not sure what type of benefits we're going to get here, but we impressed their coach with that one high school game, so I felt like I had no choice but to choose this. All right, we got the dorm room set up. We've leveled up a few times, so we're going to have skill points to spend, and we're going to start at quarterback 3. There was a lot on the screen right there. This has definitely changed from last year. Philip Montgomery, our offensive coordinator, says, welcome, Tyreek. We're excited to see what you can do here. Mind if I go over a few things before the season kicks into gear? I'm sure you know the drill by now, but you have to balance football, all that. Yeah, we've done this before. I'm confident, coach. We have extra plays increased. You've increased your extra plays and play calling because of coach trust. And that's the screen that I wanted to check out this year, because this is how we tell how much we're going to need to catch up to some of these other players. So we're going to need a solid 5,600 coach trust to become quarterback 2. To become the starter, we need 12,800. And it's because we're just a 68 overall. I think the first thing we should focus in on is seeing how much we're able to level up, because we're not going to be on the field much. It doesn't matter if we end up getting injured. Rating increases are going to be big for our overall as well. We can finally see our stats. 83 speed, not the worst thing in the world. What's going to be cheap though? I think IQ could really boost our rating alongside accuracy as well. We're going to purchase as many accuracies as we can, just because I'm hoping this can get our rating up quite a bit, though we're staying at a 68 still. Maybe IQ is more important if we want to be able to get onto the field a little bit quicker. We're going to purchase awareness. That gets us up to 70. We're going to do it again. We're up to a 71. And mental abilities like last year, it's all dependent on some of the stuff that we do week to week, but the physical abilities, until we reach these stat categories, we can't purchase them. I'm really hoping that practice is better this year, to where it's not just coach trust that you're earning, like it can actually make a difference. We're going to see though, is option attack a better drill? The reason I'm starting with this is last year, you could literally just run for a touchdown every single time. But I think this time around, it's actually going to be difficult to pull it off. Come on, use that speed. Oh, we're in. Never mind. This might be the same thing as last year, where the defenders aren't as quick. I mean, we can get to that edge. Can we outrun them? We can. This is how we're going to earn a lot of coach trust. This is actually really good to know, though I will say, if you don't make the right read, you're not scoring the touchdown. You have to make the right read or else you're going to lose yards. So it is hard. I've had a lot of plays already cut out where I just mess up, and I'm not happy about it. We're going to hand this one off and not get much either. This is actually not good news at all. We're going to need to start scoring some touchdowns, and I'm just going to keep it real with you all. I'm hitting the restart button. If you want to see me get on the field as a freshman in this video, we're going to have to perform well. I'm going to keep it real with you all as well. I've not been doing the best in this drill. I'm not going to restart a bunch. If we can get at least a bronze medal, that'll be good enough for me. We're still not there. And here we go. We're going to pull it. We're going to pitch it. And will our running back finish this off? He's not. I might just need to go for some passing drills this next time. And here we go. Final play. We're going to pitch it. Once again, can we get it? No, we cannot. This is not good at all. I thought it was going to be easy. It wasn't. And I actually saw it drop coach happiness in me. So if we make him super mad, I'm pretty sure that's how, even if we're the starter, we get benched. It's going to be important to grind every single week in practice. Hey, the upperclassmen are going to a party, and I'm not going to go to a party. It's just not happening. I got goals to achieve. We got our academic advisor this year, Mary Porter. I'll keep my GPA above a 2.0. Don't you worry. C's get degrees. I'm also going to continue to focus on trying to upgrade our overall. We need to be able to get some more more skill caps. That's going to be a big difference maker. If we can get to like a 75 overall, it'll be much easier to become the starter. As you can see already, it used to cost us like 4,800 to become the backup. Now it's only 2,800 to become the starter, 7,200. We can do it this season, but it's going to come with me showing out during practice. What I'm going to need to do is find a drill that I'm good at and just run it over and over. We got a different camera angle for pocket presence this year. I actually like this one a lot more though. Dodging the balls, and if we get the perfect bullseye, we're solid. So far, I feel like I'm doing pretty well. We just got a bullseye right there. And I don't know, this is the easiest drill of all of them that I do, but even points-wise, we got 22 seconds left, and we're only sitting at a bronze medal. I think it's all about how the bonuses stack and not getting hit by these balls right here. We need some more pop-ups. That should be a good one. And it now says that we're at silver, so we're in a sweet spot. But with only 4 seconds left, I really don't see how I'm going to get to gold. It's unfortunate. We needed 30,000 to get gold. We only got silver. We were halfway there. I'm happy with it, though. Now we get to go ahead and get into our first game against FCS East. I know that the Stallions, Kentucky Southern from last year, my team builder team's in here, but they're not FCS East. They're actually FCS Northwest. You're going to see NotTheExpert's team as FCS Midwest, and then I think Bengals is on here as well. There it is, FCS West, Trenton State. They're going to be playing at BYU. That's really neat to see that in the game. I feel like we could be the starter by the end of the year. If we only play a few games, we could also stay redshirted. So I'm shooting for being the starter by the time we skip over the week 8 bye week. Until then, we're here for the ride. It says that we're just a 72 overall. It might not be a pretty season for Virginia Tech, but here we go. We get to be a part of the run out, even as quarterback 3. I'm excited for this. The first time Enter Sandman's been in this game, we're coming out of the tunnel. And look at this, man. This is such a neat little ad that they've put in. All right, we're tapping the rock, reach for excellence. We're gonna get good one day. The crowd is pumping up. I think this is something that you can skip over if you ever get sick of this, but I might never skip over the intro here. Let's go. Let's run out. Oh boy. Full stadium. They're pumped up for us to face off against this FCS team. We got the band surrounding us, and I'm just taking this in. I'm so glad they put that in the game. We got the Hokie firing up the team. One of these days, I'm going to get to be the starter for Virginia Tech. And then look at this. We even get to run over to this section as well. What an ad. All I can think of is during a night game, during a rivalry game, that's going to be electric. For us, though, we need to start getting used to this Super Sim screen because I highly doubt QB3 is going to be on the field this year unless there's just some crazy injuries at the QB position. You know what, though? I'm completely fine with it. I did not know that they had this new display for the score at the end of the game. That looks nice. And we're never going to get any bonuses until we can actually get some snaps. The one bright side to that, though, is our season and career health. It's impossible for it to go down. We still need to focus up on academics a little bit too. And Philip Montgomery says, hey, Tyreek, some of the starters are going to be watching some extra film this week. I'd encourage you to come sit in. You know what? I'll be there, coach. That gives us watch and learn. You learn a ton from your film sessions this week, and coaches notice your attentiveness. They trust you a little more and give you a small XP boost. See, this is what we need to do if we want to get on the field sooner, not play video games like Kyler Murray. We're also able to spend a little bit more to hopefully get another skill point. We didn't, though. It's going to be hard to earn extra skill points in Road to Glory this year. I just feel like your energy doesn't go very far. We're not even scraping by. I'm hoping, though, through Past Skeleton, this can be the one where we start to have a lot of success, because the other drills, we got nothing, then we got a silver medal. If I can consistently get gold medals, we will be able to start a lot sooner. It looks like I'm going to need to stay in the pocket for this one and just start zooming it in. What I remember from last year is the multiplier is everything. So I need to make sure that we're completing every single pass, and then it should add up. We'll see what we can do right here. If there's nothing that I like, then we're in a bad spot, but we'll just take the running back flat. He's going to get loose, and it doesn't hurt to be careful. I mean, we're getting the same amount of yards either way. We might need to start scoring some touchdowns a little bit sooner, though, because we're already down to just 30 seconds. We'll see what they go with coverage-wise here. We're going to have to be patient, put that into our drag, and I kind of want to send one deep, but if we don't catch it, then it ruins the entire multiplier. We really do need to start scoring a little bit more, though. We're going to probably get sacked here unless we get that throw into that window. And perfect. With 12 seconds left, we've gotten to a silver medal. We still need gold. Gold is definitely going to be hard to achieve this year in Road to Glory, though, because we've completed everything. We almost need to throw for like the quickest touchdown ever but we missed. That's a shame. I think if we would have been able to complete that, we would have gotten gold. But instead, we're only getting 150 coach trust. They definitely made Road to Glory hard this year. We're going to upgrade our IQ one more time. That gets us up to a 72. And we're still quite a ways off from becoming the backup, but I think we can get there pretty quickly. I mean, I'm looking at all the guys ahead of us. We're the 5th highest ranked quarterback on this depth chart. And who knows, maybe I made a mistake coming to Virginia Tech first. I'm seeing a lot of sun, so this won't be a night game either. I thought that they might be rivals with Old Dominion, so it had a chance to be. We don't even have the pattern crowds or anything though. Are you able to skip this? You are. I know that people were going to be asking for that, so if you don't want to do the run out every time, you can skip it. I have a hard time believing, though, that if we keep on winning games, that I'm going to be able to become the starter because we should just stick with whoever's out there. It's not looking too good for us. That offensive lineman right there, he got into a lot of trouble in this game. Everybody got dirty besides us. Hey, Tyreek, we're doing a team-wide community service event with the local after-school club for kids under 12. We're going as a team. It's not optional. Of course, I'll be there. But it gave me an energy decrease. I'm helping 12-year-olds. It doesn't take long, but it leaves me with less energy. Oh well, I was hoping we'd get a skill point here, but you really don't gain that much. It's pretty random. Maybe we did level up twice and I'm just bad at counting. I'm gonna try Scramble Survive. This is another drill I remember from last year that I wasn't the best at, but if we can scramble outside the pocket and complete some passes, we'll be fine. The hard part is now Playmaker has different controls. We're gonna need our receivers to actually get open and get into the end zone, not just catches. I really don't like some of these routes that they're on, but that's what we're stuck with. So we're going to roll out. We're going to tell him to Playmaker. We're going to throw it across the field and get lucky. Just 2 throws left now, though. So here we go. We're rolling out. Our receiver has the positioning. We're throwing the bullet. That's in. It gets us a bronze medal, but bronze is not good enough. We're going to have to also be able to score another touchdown, and I just don't see it happening here. That's another drill that I've learned we probably shouldn't do a lot of. And that coach trust isn't going up much. I'm very curious to see what happens, though, if we get to run out whenever we play on the road as well. I mean, we got to see them running out. They were touching the turtle. Where are we at, though? Nothing too special. That makes more sense, though. You should only get to run out in your home stadium with something neat. It's also kind of weird, but I'm rooting for a loss. If we lose this game, then I have a better chance at becoming the starter. Our starter would lose coach trust, but it looks like we're going to win. No, we're not going to win. Perfect. Perfect. Maryland. Shout out to Maryland. We pick up our first loss of the year. That's helpful. I really don't want to have to enter the transfer portal at the end of this first season, but I might consider it. I should have left some of those smaller schools on our board. I know that we need to study a little bit. This is going to cost energy. And that genuinely stinks because, like I said, we are going to have to upgrade and train a lot. Like every time I go through that, we seem to gain a skill point. Our health could also take a hit though. And since it costs 2 skill points to do anything academics this year, I can't upgrade anything in that realm. So I guess we're going to become more of an influencer. From what I've been able to see, I'm simply just going to run pass skeleton over and over the rest of this video. Target passing is so difficult. So for your all sake of things, there probably won't be too much else going on throughout my freshman year. I want to be able to keep things fun, keep things entertaining. And I feel like I've had a lot of success so far. This might be the first time that I'm able to get a gold medal throughout this drill. I got 20 seconds left and I'm already at silver, but we're going to need to complete this pass and I don't know if it is there. It's so unfortunate, but it's the bonuses that really add up. And I've just messed up again. You have to literally be perfect on this drill or else. One of these days, I'll be able to get a way better multiplier. But at least for now, it looks like I'm just going to be stuck getting silver again. If this is a pick, my first one, I thought that might affect our grade. It's really just going to be a process for us to get out there on the field. But do you see what I see? We got ourselves a night game versus James Madison. I'm going to be honest. Normally, we keep things just quick flowing, cut fast on this channel. But I'm going to let all this play. I'm going to let us just sit here in the moment and experience this run out. I'm not going to cut a single thing. You hear that, editor? Not a single thing here. Let's just experience what the presentation has done for us this year on this game. I mean, we're going to get to see the same type of stuff that we already saw, but it's a night game. We're running out. We get to look around. I hope that next year we'd be able to like run into the band, run all over the field. I'd start to do some very, very dumb stuff, but I think it could be fun. I think it'd be a good time for us. I mean, it's neat. We get to look out. We get to see all this. I want to transfer to other schools just to see it from their point of view. But that was the main reason I decided to commit to Virginia Tech. So far, it looks like James Madison might have the upper edge. This is good news. Once again, the more we lose, the better chance we have at becoming the starter. Except at the very end in the 4th quarter, we came back. As for the actual school part, it looks like midterms are going to be week 8. We have a GPA boost, and we're going to a homecoming party. I'm actually going to decline. We have to save up our energy. Something else has popped up where a fan favorite the ability doesn't matter if we don't get onto the field. Every single week, I'm spending all of our energy training. We're going to get as good as we can. I also really like the idea that this freshman year, if we do eventually get on the field, there probably will only be a few games left. So with that in mind, we'd get to redshirt and still play another 4 years. I can't stress enough how important it is to make sure that you never have an incompletion. And that's really stressful, especially when you don't know if someone's going to make a catch on every play or get open. It's the only way I've been able to find any success on these drills. Like, we needed that. Because we didn't pick that up there, I don't think I can get to 15,000. It's really the most frustrating thing ever. It adds up so fast. And just that one drop was the difference between us getting one more completion and getting a gold or getting silver again. The only good thing though is if we lose to Pitt, I think we have a better chance at becoming QB1. This is where I really just need this season to go south. And we're running out for another night game, but I am just hating on this team, hoping that we lose. Well, you can only imagine how happy I am that we just ended up losing a game 37-14. Then we have to play Clemson next. Last year, that would have dropped Coach Trust by quite a bit. This time around, though, Garrett's in that same spot. We might need to lose more games. I can't really continue to just spend points on XP either. If I don't start studying for this exam coming up, we're not going to be able to scrape by. So I had to spend 4 energy just to get us up to scrape by. And with 7 skill points available, I'm still going to avoid upgrading accuracy. We're just strictly focusing on IQ. That gets us up to a 73. Now we're 74. And look at the difference that makes. We are now just 200 points away from having a position battle next week, which means we need to finish gold in our next practice. If we want to become the starter, Garrett's down to 4,000. And I wasn't kidding about getting on the field this year. I am locked in. I am going to try and make it happen as much as I can. It is whenever I get to the end of these drills, though, where I get so nervous. We've been able to get our multiplier up to 10x. And what that means is no matter what, if I complete a pass, we're getting some massive bonuses. If we just get a couple more huge completions, then we're going to be able to finish this drill gold. But I'm getting pretty nervous because that was a close call right there. Our running back catches this one. 2 seconds left on the clock. And you're not going to believe it. We were able to get the medal that we were looking for. One more completion. This is what I've been needing. So we have just made it. So next week, we should have a position battle. What did I say? That quarterback 2 spot should be ours soon. And basically, we're rooting for another loss against Clemson. Sure enough, we ended up losing 24-8. It wasn't as bad as against Pittsburgh, but it was enough to get us a loss in the rain. And there is the confetti falling in our dorm room. This is the important thing. We wanted to get to a position battle. Philip Montgomery says, I see you've been paying a lot of attention to the playbook. If we're reading the 7 technique on the speed option, who are we reading? Obviously, you're going to be reading the defensive end. You're out on the outside. And if he's even wider, 9 technique. Here's another. What concept might we run on a sprint out? I'm guessing smash, not double post. That's correct as well. Which of these routes might the slot receiver most likely run on a peak RPO? In doubles, we're going to go with a bubble. Come on. Wait. I wasn't reading that right. It's okay, though. We still earned a little bit more coach trust. Coach happiness went up, too. And here we go. We need to win 2 of these first 3 games. Pass skeleton is one that we've already been doing, so we shouldn't have too many problems with this at all. The score to beat is 4,000. That's not a challenge. We've been getting 15,000. Like, this shouldn't be any issue. I think we're going to do it within 30 seconds. That is good news, though. I didn't want it to be tough for us to win. I'm pretty sure how tough position battles are as well is completely based on overall. So if you're a lot less overalls than whoever you're going up against, they're going to have a much harder score for you to beat. But as you know, our overall is close to the others. We earned our first medal, and the rest of this drill just doesn't matter that much, even if we have more success. I've definitely gotten better at this drill, though, because as you can see, I think we're going to finish with a gold medal. Yeah, we finished with 17,000 points. Now we have to go for Scramble Survive. This one's a little bit more difficult. I don't love this being one of the drills that we need to complete. I'm just going to go for the pass, make sure we have a completion. And I have no idea whether or not there's a multiplier or not. Playmaker here. Eventually, we should be able to get a little bit of separation, but I'm not noticing a multiplier at all. And our offensive line has not helped us out at all here. But we're able to avoid it all and make a throw on the run. Okay, so we are faster than the guys that are trying to put pressure on us, which is really good to know. I don't love that we're making a cross-body throw like this, though. I'm going to be honest, I just messed up this drill. There's no way that we end up getting the yards that we need to here. I mean, that wasn't there. And what that means is I have to be a beast during pocket presence. The score to beat is 6,000. That's not an issue. We've done that. I actually think that some of these position battles might be a little bit too easy. But then again, we're just competing for QB2. As long as you keep those multipliers going, you get a couple bullseyes like that one, you're going to be able to get as many points as you need. And there it is. Tyreek Milton II is up to being the backup. We're earning 300 more coach trust as well. We can challenge for being the starter in a few weeks. And that's all that I really wanted. I'm still a little bit scared of academics though, so we spent a little bit more time in the classroom. We're going to do that twice. We can upgrade all our other stats another time. I think we need to lose against Georgia Tech in a rivalry. It would just make it even easier to become the starter. I'm getting pumped up though, because I wasn't actually sure if we'd be able to get onto the field as a freshman. I was worried y'all would just be watching. And then by the end of the video, I'd be like, well guys, that stinks. We got redshirted, never got to play, but it's looking like in the next couple weeks, we're going to be on the field. We're going to experience the run out one final time as a backup. It's raining. We got the stripe crowd going too. We also could get thrown into the field any second now, because as the backup, you never know when you're going to go in. There's an injury. He just twisted his ankle. Maybe he's out for like a quarter. We're in there, but we're playing well again. The fact that we just dropped 41 points on them actually has me feeling extremely worried. Even if Garrett Rangel threw 2 interceptions, he still had 4 touchdowns, and he led us to a massive rivalry win. Coach didn't seem to care too much, though, on his trust with him when we lost, so I don't think the win's going to affect how much farther away it's going to take during the position battle either. And it turns out I wasn't putting enough focus on my academics because the midterm results are in, and we did not do well. This is bad. We're down to a 2.4 GPA, so I'm just going to have to make sure we spend a lot more time studying than I thought I would. It's also the bye week. I'm very curious what happens if we simulate practice, because we've already had a drill where we finished gold. I don't know how much coach trust we earned from it. Well, it turns out that we lost coach trust, so I'll never do that again. Here's where we might have an issue, though. Mackenzie's hitting us up. I haven't read the message yet. I just have a feeling. I know what I'm going to end up doing. I know the players have a curfew, but a couple friends are throwing a party the night before the game. You know what? I'm in. I don't care. I'm there. That increased my Brandon followers. What about me and Mackenzie? What happened there? I'm not sure, but I must have pulled something off because my teammates respect me considerably more. You know, it really stinks to be spending so much time on my academics though. Like, I just spent 7 energy to get it right above scrape by. And I need to have 2 more gold medals in practice to earn a position battle. What this means is I'm going to keep restarting until I get 2 flawless runs. I'll be very open on that. And you can call that cheating if you want to, but I really don't care. We have to do it to finish strong. All it takes is 1 incompletion. This whole drill goes to waste. It's actually the most nerve-wracking thing in the world, though I haven't had to restart yet. And at the moment, we are sitting at a perfect spot. We're at about 13,000 points after this play. All we need to do is probably complete that pass to Selden. We're going to see how the zones play it. It's open. He hangs on. He gets the touchdown, and we're in. What a run there. We need 1 more good practice. And then I can get onto the field because I'm so sick of being able to do nothing. I'm really hoping that either this week or the next week is the last week I have to sit on the screen. I just saw the lighting change in the background. But what a low-scoring game. I've definitely noticed some of the sims have been lower scoring. We won 3-0. I mean, shouldn't coach realize that even if we're sitting at 5-3, it might be time for a quarterback change? Duke is ranked number 6 in the country. I mean, there are 5 top 12 teams in the ACC. This conference is competitive. Then one of my teammates, Emmett Laws, hit me up, and he asked if he wanted to swing by and pick me up for our 8 a.m. history lecture. I don't see any benefit in sleeping in, so what we're going to do is just go to class. We're already sitting with really good health, and I want to just make sure we keep getting skill points, but if I don't focus on academics, we might fail and then not be able to play. We're in a spot where all I have to do is get a gold medal on this drill, and we're going to have a position battle next week. That's all I can ask for. So far, I've done everything that I need to, but it's really going to come down to these final few passes and whether or not we have a drop that we shouldn't. By now, I don't think I can restart. I was going to say that I'll just restart until we end up getting it right, but I don't want to. It'll really come down to this final play. We're at 14,000 points. I think that's going to be enough, and it was. We have earned a position battle. I didn't even have to restart to do it. I've just gotten good at the drill. As you can see, Garrett Rangel, we're coming for you, buddy. He can get 1 more start in against California. That's cool. I don't care what happens. I want to be able to take this team over myself and make sure that we earn a bowl game. So the fact that we scored 0 points, this makes for the perfect story for our offense struggling for me to slot in. Here we go. I'm pretty sure if we win this, we get to be the starter this week. Brent Pry even texted me, prepare to stay an hour after practice this morning. We think we might want to shake up the depth chart a bit. And then Mackenzie hits me up again. This isn't the first time. I went to the party with her. We're in the same health science class. I found an old copy of our first test on this quiz website. I was going to look over it instead of studying. Want to come over and study with me? Oh, you best believe I'm going to go over and study with her. I don't even care if I end up getting like a huge punishment to my academics. It was a 2-for-1 as well because we also got to ace the test. We're locked in, baby. Chef Sporting Goods even wants to hit us with an NIL deal. It costs 1 energy per week, but we get a skill point each week. That is so worth it. NIL deals are actually good this year. The benefits in 25 just weren't worth taking them, so I never had them. But this time around, we can actually use them. I'll take a skill point per week. It feels good to know as well that I'm going to earn the starting job. I just don't see myself messing up this drill. But instead of earning like the 4,000 points I had to the last time, this time it's 9,000. You all know that throwing that interception is awful for the multiplier. But I still think I have a chance at winning this drill, so we're fine. I really got too cocky though. I mean, they're locking up. And we have to be able to get like another 4,500 points in the last 10 seconds. We're going to need some big completions. That one right there helps. This is going to be a tight window, and we might need to throw for a touchdown here if we want to win this position battle. I don't love it. You're gonna have to fight. Come on. How many points did we get? We got enough. It was hard to tell, but we got 9,200 and we needed 9,000. So we are very lucky. This option drill though, I might struggle with. What I figured out is it's almost easier just to hand it off every time and let your running back go crazy. He just seems to always make the play where you struggle. So what I'm gonna do is every single time, just hand it off and see what happens. I think this drill is based off a multiplier as well. So after they did stop our running back, what I'm starting to realize is we're just not gonna be able to get to 15,000 points on this drill. We're going to be able to run this one in. But unfortunately, I messed up too much. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to be honest. I've just kind of been messing around and trying some stuff. I've been running backwards for like the last couple minutes. And even on Heisman, I feel like I have a chance to score this. Now, I don't think this can give us the 10,000 points that we need, but we had a chance. Unfortunately, didn't work out, and Scramble survives the final drill after earning 15,000 points on it. I don't even know if this is something possible to achieve. I've not seen it before. This is not good news for me. I think we're going to fail. I'm being dead serious too. I don't know how this could potentially work out for us unless we're really lucky. I mean, from the looks of it, what I'm going to have to do is just really hope on some of these route bounces. Right here, we make the catch. And let's see, what am I going to do on this one? We're going to run this way. We're going to put him going off to that side. And then this receiver is coming across. That was actually all that we needed. We're at 16,400 points. So there is a multiplier. And with the battle won, we have done it. We've become quarterback one for West Virginia. This was a long time coming. I really thought that when we started as a 4-star, my first year in college would be this way. But it's okay. We've done it. We get to play our final 3 games against NC State at home, then at number 3 Miami, finishing it out against Virginia. With no hope of winning the ACC, but maybe finishing in at least the top half. I also can lock in and start spending skill points on far more than just our IQ. We're going to have to work on our throw power. It's only 82 right now. Our accuracy also needs to go up. It's up to an 81 all around. And I'm assuming since we get to play games now, we can earn a lot more skill points that way. We have finally hit that point as well, where we get to be the starter running out. I mean, it's not going to look any different. I don't love that my first game is coming in the rain, but we got all these fans around us watching. It also looks like we can scroll through play changes this year, but not very many. So we're going to have to be very careful with the stuff that we actually select. All right, let's see what the defense has given us on this first one. We're taking the hitch, easy completion, break the tackle as well. And I really just want to throw for a couple touchdown passes without having an interception in this first start. If I'm nervous about a throw, though, we're going to scramble. That's our big thing. It's going to be interesting to see how the defense reacts to this here, whether they think we're actually running or whether or not that route's ever going to get open. You know what? It's time to take off again. I need to increase my speed. We also most likely need to worry about our wear and tear a little bit, which is why I'm willing to hand the ball off. I didn't even take a look either at the roster and who our best receivers are. The play is collapsing here. We run backwards. We get the check down out, though. It's a first. We really needed that right there. I thought I was going to take my first sack of my career. That could have been ugly. And let's see what our running back can do with a little halfback screen. I've heard that halfback screens are better, but he didn't catch it. 3rd and 10 here. I might just go back to our running back. I don't know what I was looking at. We're not as quick in the pocket as I'm thinking, and that ruined that whole drive, but it's okay because we were still able to get a field goal out of it, and we're starting the next one off strong. We have a B- grade for this game as well. Our tight end was able to dust that kid, but I underthrew it. We also cannot audible up here at the line. I feel like that's something I might need to upgrade later on, which is a little worrying. If you don't like the play call, you're basically stuck with it. Here we go. 3rd down, throw it above the linebacker's head, and get enough. So far, I have to say, it's a little bit disappointing. Nothing much has really happened offensively. We're going to be able to get the defense to bite right there, though, so we can make a great throw on the run. Being a running quarterback, we got to get some read options out here as well. It just wasn't the right read to keep it there. And I think I even have to unlock hot routes later on as well as we get better. which means I really am mainly stuck with the plays that we're out of. We're going to go back to the flat. This is going to be a challenge until we can make ourselves better, though on third down, I was ready to quickly throw it. And what is important, the fact that we don't turn the ball over, that is all I care about. Here on 2nd and 11, looks like man-to-man coverage. Our comeback route got clamped. I can't really do much about that. I would love to get a passing touchdown on this drive, which means I threw that one on the run. But I should have set my feet. I thought our 87 throw on the run was going to make a difference. We had him beat. Our running back was gone, and the throw did not go where it was supposed to. That's so frustrating, but at least our defense continues to hold it down. Do we have the speed to get much here? No. We'll see what we can do on 3rd and 4. I know our running back's going to be open. He turns around. He brings it in. He goes to the 30, and we're over 100 passing yards. If we get man-to-man coverage, I am willing to go back to him again because it looks like he would have been open for a touchdown the last time. But it's better to just be safe. Get the completions. At some point, I need to be able to get a touchdown. We can't have an interception without a touchdown in this game, though playmaker might be a touchdown right here. It's put perfectly, right on the money, and there we have it, our first career passing touchdown at Virginia Tech. I'm gonna be honest, man, if you just take away that interception that probably shouldn't have been one, I feel like this debut's going well. The missed pass is so unfortunate, though. Maybe we can complete this one. And I'm realizing that as a low overall quarterback, we have a lot of work to do, but we keep slipping off of tackles, which is nice. We've also gotten a 4 verticals look. With 82 throw power, I know that we can't put this ball too far down the field, but I'm hoping they don't come to that. Okay, I'm gonna have to make the tackle here. I want to get the hit stick. It's my fault. And it seems like we still have positive 5 coach trust even after another pick. This is what I wanted to avoid in my career, but you all can see the pass meter is not helping us out too well so far. Besides throw on the run, all of our accuracies are currently sitting at like 70, which means we're gonna miss a lot of passes, especially if we have a dude or two coming in our face like we're going to right here. Tyreek Milton II's gonna be under pressure, and he's a lot more likely to miss the throw. Just stick with me though. I have a plan for 3rd and 17. We didn't have enough time. We are back to a C+ grade. I would love to finish with a B, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That just wasn't the loss to take there. With the read option, I can't get very much. We even fumbled it. And all I can do is not throw an interception here. That's like the one thing I can't mess up. I felt that there was a spot in the zone and we hit it. Listen, this game's been full of a lot of unfortunate things happening, but as long as I don't throw another pick, coach won't have a reason to bench us already, which is nice. We're going to complete the 3rd down, and we're locked in, baby. I got to sit here, think like Kurt Benkert. Who's my first read? Always going to be my tight end. It should not have been caught. But you know what? We got some dogs on this team going up and making a play, and then we're going to be able to roll out, throw it on the run, our best stat, and catch it. NC State responded, though. So, with 3 minutes left, we find ourselves only up by 7. And how many times is that going to happen? You make the right read, but your receiver doesn't make the play. They weren't kidding about making lower overall quarterbacks feel like lower overall quarterbacks. It was probably a needed addition. But after getting held there, we have to trust our D. Thankfully, though, we have the ball back. We must have gotten an interception or something because we have it on this side of the field. And as long as I don't throw an interception on this 3rd down, we're just going to kick a field goal, but I had to go for the tutty. We still kicked our 3, though. We're finishing this game with a C grade. And I know it certainly was not my best performance in the world, but at least we got the win. We're bowl eligible. The 2 interceptions, cut those out. This is a solid debut. And you could say the completion percentage might not be where I'd want it to be, but a lot of those passes, if we were more accurate, they would have been completed. I'm going to have a much harder time against Miami, though. Coach Brent Pry wants me to get 3 rushing or 3 passing touchdowns and a win against a top 10 team. Then we have John Love, our kicker, saying, you know, the film and television elective we're in together. The professor's given extra credit. If you want to do something, you know what? Let's just get the extra credit so we can pass. By this point in the year, our GPA is good enough. We're going to scrape by. I think we'll do fine enough on exams, so we can just keep on working on getting more XP. I also need to make sure we're healed for Miami. And let's see. It looks like if we continue to earn coach trust, the next thing that we can unlock is more plays available for each thing. We can eventually get to hot routes at 4,000 coach trust. We can get more plays at 4,800. Then we get extra plays at 5,600. Basically, as I continue to look through this, it's going to take 16,000 coach trust to be able to audible before the snap, and that's going to be a far way away. We're about to face number 3 Miami, though, and if Oklahoma's in the top 25 at 7-4, Virginia Tech could be there at 7-4 if we pull off this upset. It's not going to be easy, though. Looking at the overall difference, they're an 89. And all I can say is I'm thankful we got to play against NC State before facing Miami on the road, because I know that home field advantage, despite their stadium being like an hour away from campus, is still going to kick in. With all the pressure in mind, we're simply handing this off to Jeff Overton to open up the game. And I have to say, for a freshman quarterback with like no experience, the road effects don't seem to be too strong yet. We're getting a completion to open up the game, which is nice. On 3rd and 1, I just have to get the throw out, and I think we're going to be able to pick it up, which means I might need to turn into a screen merchant at some point. I hope that we can make this cut and get open. That was a little risky. But so far, I've been impressed with Tyreek. He's come out in this game playing really well, and I'm going to run into a sack here. I got to throw this one away. That was pretty poor. If I stood tall in the pocket, I think we would have been able to do something with it. We are able to outrun that guy right there, which is why I ran. But it's going to be interesting to see the look that they give us on 3rd down. We're really hoping that R1 can get open on the sideline. It just wasn't there. We knew, though, it was going to be tough to score on Miami. And I can't believe where they're giving us the ball for this next drive. We are going to have to literally have a 99-yard drive. I almost took a safety. You have to be very careful with that drop back. That could have been a major issue. At least we're going to get this one out. And that's going to be like a 35-yard completion. I know that we didn't score in the first quarter, but I feel like we handled everything pretty well. We don't have any turnovers. And I think if they get man-to-man coverage out there, there's already a flag on the play, so I'm assuming this is a free play. We could have a big game. Sure enough, showing Miami, which means they did something wrong. It's against them. And we've got a little bit of a deep passing play coming on this one. I'm done. That is play action for you. Most of the time, it's going to be very hard to get the ball out. I just got to send this one up and hope for the best, to be honest. It's most likely not going to be completed, but it was. I cannot stress how lucky we just got. Terrion Stewart ran for like a yard on 1st down, so I'm taking off this time. And I am fully prepared to run that exact same play back, but this time, not get anything. Miami would end up taking a timeout, and coach has given me the worst possible play calls. I wish I'd selected the passing one. We're going with a run. I know I shouldn't have selected this one, but it's what I went with. And hang on, we got the open space. Tyreek Milton to the crib. Man, there were a lot of ways I saw that one going, and that was not one I was expecting. If we had speed, this could probably be a touchdown. We're seriously controlling this game right now. We got to keep on with these read options. I mean, the blocking's looking pretty solid there. If we end up going up by 14 against Miami, I'm going to love being in that spot. We have our slant route there, though they're able to get back to it. And you just can't make this up. That's why I should be able to click onto these receivers. On 3rd down, we're going down. Lesson learned for sure. We're going for bullet passes only. That seems to be what's most effective, so we're going to get this one out low and quick. And on this play, I have the same thing in mind, though we are going to have to wait a little bit longer. There's still 30 seconds left on the clock in this half, so there's plenty of time left for us to be able to continue to move the chains. Right there, we drop it into his hands, and we're out at the 5. Here we go. Now, I want to shoot for 3 rushing touchdowns since we were already able to rush in for 1, but if we have an open receiver, we have to take that, but it's a missed pass. Tyreek, lock in. 3rd down. I'm just going to send this, and we're kicking through. That was a very unfortunate way to end the first half, but we're getting the ball to start the second half, and I still think we can continue to have success. The problem is the more aggressive that the Hurricanes are getting, the harder time we're going to have at stopping them. Like, we just got hit again. And I know if they get a stop on this 3rd down, their offense is about to come out firing against us. Hold your block. I've decided the first ability that I'm going to purchase is getting Magician. If you don't have Magician, it's so hard to scramble. Here on 2nd and 2, quick out route, easy. Easy to convert. But it doesn't matter. If they're going to continue to stop us, we're going to be in a bad spot. I can't continue to just pick up 3rd and longs over and over. If Carter doesn't get open, then I'm going to have no reads here. I mean, they're getting pressure in so fast, I just had to drop back and send it. You can also see, I am getting beat up. We have negative 18 speed. This is where wear and tear really kicks in. Miami was unfortunately able to score. We're going to try and fit it into a window that wasn't there. It's a bad pass. They get the interception, and we have just fallen apart. I really thought it was sweet. I thought we were in a position to pull off this upset. And the only way we're going to get help is if we're bailed out by the refs. Like, this is going to be PI, right? Yeah, it is. We seriously needed that. Now, we're going to look at a cover 3 and hope that we can fit it in between those zones. But I don't have the arm to throw it down the field like that. I'm not sure what I'm thinking. We're going to have to get open on 3rd down. And if they reviewed that catch, I'm not sure it would have been one, but I can't complain. Here we go. 2nd and inches. They're going to assume that we're running the ball, and I just have to throw it away. That was a really, really bad decision. Yep, there it is. It was actually an illegal man downfield. Either way, not a good look for us. Halfback screen is going to get stopped, and I'm not really a fan of the play that we have out there at the moment. Against their man-to-man coverage, we're just going to stop and catch it and break a tackle. They even had PI, but it doesn't matter. This is clutching up currently. We just got to continue it. Easy completions, no reason to do anything else. I am very terrified of keeping it with the read option though, just because I know we have like no wear and tear damage left. Go down. We could seriously get in at any moment though. That's the exciting thing. I mean, I think our tight end's going to be able to get to that part of the end zone. If this game goes to something like overtime, though, that's where I know we are in trouble. We're completing it. We're breaking a tackle. First down. If you can find me more locked in than I feel like I am at the moment, I will be shocked because we have been playing our hearts out and we just cannot catch a break, which is why I've gone with the speed option, and they read it. There are times in life where all you have to do is just sit there and take accountability. It doesn't matter what we do in the final minutes. I blew it. I really thought that after the start that we had, we were about to actually beat Miami. I am sick. We simply cannot have anything nice. We work so hard to get to this spot, but I think I'm literally going to get carried off of the field and lose my starting job. You know, it might be time to leave the ACC. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm built for it yet. Through all that we just struggled through, though, apparently we've unlocked pass protection. I thought we already had this. None of it matters, though. We just received breaking news. You've been demoted and will not be starting moving forward. I'm doubling down. I'm insulting coach. I'm blowing everything up before I leave. Brent Pry hits me up. He says, listen, I'm sure you're not super happy with our decision. You might have an opportunity to get back to being a starter, but you're going to have to prove it. Okay, you know what? I'll prove myself. I'm also going to attend film study both nights. I'm going to mature. I'm just a freshman. I got upset, coach. I'm sorry. See, here's the thing. As much as I want to just transfer, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do that. I mean, look at how much we're not able to recover through wear and tear. This is bad. I literally couldn't play this week if I wanted to. You can see that coach is very angry with me. We don't have enough coach trust to take over the starting job again. And so that means for this rivalry, we just have to watch. What's even worse is, as you're going to see here, we lost that game. We gave Virginia their only conference win of the year. I know I wasn't playing well, but Garrett Rangel went 9 for 25. We only scored 10. To make things even worse, even though I thought I'd done enough studying, I did very poorly. 3 Ds and an F on my exams. So I might just not even be academically eligible. We're about to see. We go to weekly agenda, and it looks like we are at a 2.4 GPA. We can continue to collect skill points, though. That is what really matters. Give me more. See, here's the thing. I'm not expecting to play any more this season. We are at the bottom of the ACC at 6-6. I'm not sure we even made it to a bowl game. And even if for some reason I did want to try and compete for the job again, we have to transfer out because look where we are currently sitting at with coach trust. We are so far behind Garrett Rangel. Coach is upset with me, so unless we're able to just gain a bunch of XP and transfer somewhere better, we're not going to start anywhere. This has really been a crazy uphill climb, then a downfall so fast. Lenora Sellers won the Heisman Trophy with Clemson. So he must have gone there, and we made the Fenway Bowl, but we're just watching. I'm seriously over it, though. We didn't have what it took to compete in the ACC as a starter. I'm curious. Can we get Magician? No, we have to upgrade our speed once. And that's going to cost us 13. So I think what we're going to focus on is increasing our throwing accuracy. That's going to bump us all the way up to a 74 overall. If we go for IQ one time, that'll probably get us to a 75. And then I'm just going to transfer and see where we can start next year. As for this game, we're sitting on the bench. We're the third stringer, but there's a run out. But this makes me excited because that means once we get to like the national championship and stuff, we get to do this. And I want to run around that stadium. It turns out as well, I'm going to get a Fenway Bowl on my resume. Even though I didn't play, we won by 2. And you might ask, what are my freshman year statistics looking like? I threw for more interceptions than touchdowns, 514 yards, awful completion percentage. We didn't rush for more than a yard per carry. And the national championship went to Ohio State over Clemson. But here's the thing. I'm just trusting somebody is willing to take us very seriously in the transfer portal. It looks like we could be a starter at James Madison. We could be a starter at Baylor. And even Missouri would be willing to take us in. I mean, there are so many opportunities where we could go in and actually come out in a much better position. So we're going to go through all 13 of these starting opportunities and see where we fit. We might even have to look at these second string opportunities because if we go into a school like Louisville, that's gross, not them. But New Mexico State, where they have a senior quarterback, we would then be the starter anyway. And I'm going to be honest, schools like Cal were exciting to me until I realized they're still in the ACC. So maybe we have to look at FAU, maybe Western Kentucky. I don't know. I'm going to take a big, long look at all of this. And in episode 2, you all will know my decision where I'm hoping that we can take another step forward since we have been able to make some of our stats better. Until then though, let me know in the comments what feature are you most excited about for Road to Glory, and make sure to like this video if you haven't done that already.